Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which it seems like there's a lot of you that are, I'm Lauren, dressing the elephant in the room. I'm blonde now. So that shows how long it's been since I've posted. Since you clicked on this video, you can kind of see what that's about. Back in January, I had sinus surgery. I did not get a nose job. Sinus surgery is different. Basically, you've probably heard this term before, I had a deviated septum, and also the tubes in my nose were collapsed. But basically, I had a tube in my nose that was collapsed and my septum was deviated. So my whole left nostril, basically I would breathe in and my nose would pinch together and cut off my airflow. Back in the beginning of 2022, they gave me a nasal spray because I had just had my consultation and then found out I was pregnant right before that. So you can't get that surgery when you are pregnant because you have to be put under. And then nasal spray didn't help. After my pregnancy, I went back in for another consultation, took a look at my nose, and they referred me over to an allergist. Even though she knew and saw that something was wrong with my nose, that, like I said, the tube was collapsed, my septum was deviated, they just wanted to rule out that something wasn't causing that and it wasn't just inflammation. Went to an allergist, was a very long appointment. Basically, they test your breathing, they tested me for asthma, don't have asthma. Then they did a scratch test and then they did a poke test. And I showed up negative for everything. So I am not allergic to anything. So we got approved to go and move forward with the surgery. The ENT was very nice and she was like, we can do it at any point in time, doesn't need to be right now. But I've been suffering every allergy season for I don't even know how long. I basically get to a point where my nose gets swollen and I can't breathe for like a month. According to my husband, it sounded like I was having a hard time breathing at night. I have always been a mouth breather, but you know, never thought it was related to my nose. And apparently it was, because that is not a problem now. I was just having the worst sleep ever, apart from, you know, taking care of a baby and having a toddler, like not sleeping in general, like being a mom. My quality of sleep was lacking. I went ahead and was like, yeah, let's do this surgery. Like, let's go through with it. So basically the procedure was a vestibular stenosis repair. The broad term would be like a septoplasty. Basically they're going in repairing my septum and fixing everything so I can breathe normally. So I did take some clips during some of my recovery. I was in pain a good majority of the time. I did not film everything on top of, like, you know, feeling like absolute crap taking care of kids. It was not on the forefront of my mind, like, hey, let's film this. But I do have some like insight and you can see some of the swelling in my nose. It's now been 2 months since I had that procedure. My nose is mostly back to normal. It takes about a year for the swelling to completely go down. So this is day 2 after my surgery. Hey everybody, so I'm on day 2 of my recovery process from my sinus surgery. Hurting a little bit more today. My last dose for my pain medication, I decided to do just the Tylenol instead of the hydrocodone acetaminophen mix. I think I'm gonna keep taking the hydrocodone. It just makes me a little bit sleepy, but hurting a little bit, so I have about 30 more minutes and then I can take that again. So far, my nose has stopped bleeding for the most part. It's just mostly congestion and mucus at this point, and being that I can't blow my nose until it's good with my doctor, that part really sucks. I'm gonna do a sinus rinse probably later today. Do that and hopefully that'll help just kind of clean everything out. I didn't take any footage yesterday besides showing what my nose looked like before. I felt pretty good for the most part. The anesthesia made me pretty groggy, and the only way I could describe it is like I felt it like in the front of my head more than anything, and so it was like trying to keep my eyes open. I did get sick because of the way that scheduling worked out. They were late on getting my appointment, so I was basically fasting for 16 hours without food or water or caffeine, and so I was starting to get really irritated leading up to my surgery. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. Trying to take it slow. Did a little bit of laundry, took a shower, made sure not to get like water up in my nose, but just so like the steam in the shower could help just kind of loosen everything up. It's only up from here because based on my experience with like any recovery for anything like tonsils when I was a little kid, or like wisdom teeth surgery like 2 years ago, the second day is always the worst, and then it starts to get slowly better. So yeah, I think it's a really good sign that my nose stopped actually bleeding like 5 hours after my surgery yesterday. I will keep you guys updated. I'm gonna probably take a nap. We'll ice my nose with some frozen corn to help with some swelling, because yeah, it's getting a little big right now. We'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, I am on day 3 of my sinus surgery recovery. Right now I have some eye masks on because my skin and all of like the surrounding skin around my nose is insanely dry right now. My swelling is still pretty bad, still pretty bruised along the bridge of my nose and my under eye right here, which is kind of covered with this little eye patch. And yeah, I am feeling a little bit better. I still have to stay up with my pain meds. I'm not ready to move to just Tylenol yet. Sinus pressure and pain is extending like to my forehead down to like the back of my head. It's kind of crazy how much your sinuses, like everything affects your sinuses. I have been doing a lot of nose irrigation with my neti pot and some saline, and then my saline spray, and then Afrin when I need it. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling a lot better than I did yesterday and the day before. I get my stitches right here, and then there's some like up my nose. I get those out on Thursday and get the splints taken out. So I am just hoping, I just really hope the next couple of days go by fast. The splints are so irritating because they're basically, from pictures I've seen, that's like plastic that's like holding your nose open and holding obviously all the cartilage together. That's just my understanding. But yeah, recovery has been an absolute pain, especially with having little kids. Just because I can't give them kisses on like their face or like their forehead and stuff, just because I'm afraid that they're gonna bump my nose. I did accidentally bump my nose today. I was reaching to grab something and came down pretty hard. Didn't cause any bruising, just barely tapped it, but my nose is still insanely sensitive. I will check in tomorrow or possibly even the day after, unless there's a lot of difference between today and tomorrow. My swelling last night comparatively to right now, it has gone down quite a bit. Also, I haven't been able to like smile normally. Like, it's weird. It's such a weird feeling because it feels like numb. Like I could feel on the inside where I'm touching, like if that makes sense. Like I know that my finger's here, but on this side of my nose I can barely feel it, but on this side of my nose the feeling is actually coming back. But yeah, goodbye. Hey everybody, so I am on day 6 of my recovery from my sinus surgery. As you can see, the swelling's actually gone down like quite a bit. Still very swollen up through here, but I actually got my splints and my stitches taken out today, so I'm so excited to get this crap out of my nose. Like it started to get to the point where when I breathe, it's super like pokey with the stitches. But yeah, I get those out this afternoon. I'm actually getting ready to go to my appointment right now. It's the first time I've gotten ready in almost a week. That will be fun. I'm so excited to get that done and over with. I know that is going to hurt super bad, at least from some videos that I've watched. It does not look comfortable. But yeah, you can see I've tried to cover up my bruise that's under my eye. I still have some slight bruising, and then this is still very bruised, like feeling wise. It doesn't look too bad. But yeah, and then I got the stitches right there. So yeah, I'm so excited to get this crap out. And yeah, I'll check in with you guys maybe once I have my splits out. We'll see how today goes, but yeah. Now I am 2 months post-op. Swelling is mostly gone down. As you can see, my nose is a lot straighter than it used to be. Like I said, it was just a septum correction, so that is showing that my septum was pretty deviated. It takes about a full year for your nose to fully recover, like swelling wise, and to function properly, but I can already say that I can breathe so much better, and I didn't know what I was missing out on. I just thought everybody breathed like I did before, but like, the pain from the procedure was really bad, so I will say that like that is a really hard thing to overcome. By about day 6 or 7, once your tubes are out of your nose, it becomes so much easier. Still have a little bit of numbness on the outsides of my nose. Like I'm tapping here, I can feel it, but if I have an itch on my nose, I can't get rid of that sensation, if that makes sense. She said that it could last up to a year for the numbing. Should be gone for the most part by 6 months. But yeah, I am very happy I got this procedure. I hope this video helped somebody with knowing what my recovery process was. Make sure to punch that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, whenever that happens. Bye.